Well, guys, I have a question. Why was this not front page news? I didn't even know about this until like a few minutes ago. Because the left is at it again, guys. We all know about what's happening with the Teslas out there, people actually destroying other people's Teslas and things like that. But now, folks, in New Mexico, the GOP headquarters was firebombed. Yes, the entrance, guys, a complete fire. And we know that this was leftists because they left a message. We all know that that the left does not like ICE. And they have compared ICE to the Klan. And they wrote that on the building. Leftists did this, folks. You know, Democratic Party voters. The violence continues, guys, but when will national Democrats condemn these people? I'm willing to bet, guys, if this was actually people on the right doing this, the media would be demanding that Republicans condemn all this. But we all know, guys, regardless of what the Democratic Party says, the violence is all happening from the left. The left is committing all of the violence, guys, and they've been doing it for a very, very long time. Going back to the George Floyd riots, Roe v. Wade riots. It's crazy. These people are out of their minds. But if you were to ask a Democrat, January 6th, one day in a few hours. Whereas BLM, those riots lasted for months. Roe versus Wade riots. I mean, the Supreme Court justice was actually targeted by leftists over Roe versus Wade. But when it comes to New Mexico, why? Why? Because they want illegal aliens in this country, folks. This is very, very disturbing. So let's go ahead and check this out, guys. Right over here. Headquarters of New Mexico Republican Party targeted in deliberate act of arson. And you guys can see right here, they wrote ICE equals KKK. We all know that that's not MAGA doing that because MAGA wants ICE. The left, they don't want ICE. They want ICE abolished. Says here, the headquarters for the Republican Party in New Mexico was targeted Sunday in what is being called a deliberate act of arson, leaving the entryway in the building destroyed. In a post on X, the Republican Party of New Mexico revealed the damage to the state's GOP headquarters in Albuquerque also included the words ICE equals KKK spray painted on a wall of the building. The attack was described as being fueled by hatred and intolerance. Quote, early this morning, the entryway of the Republican Party of New Mexico's headquarters in Albuquerque was destroyed in a deliberate act of arson, which also included spray painting the words ICE equals KKK, the Post wrote. This horrific attack, fueled by hatred and intolerance, is a direct assault on our values, freedoms, and our right to political expression. Yeah, this is sad, man. Somebody could have got killed, but I don't believe anybody was actually there. Amy Barella, the chairwoman of the Republican Party in New Mexico, issued a statement expressing relief that no one was harmed. Quote, we are deeply relieved that no one was harmed in what could have been a tragic and deadly attack. Barella said, those who resort to violence to undermine our state and nation must be held accountable, and our state leaders must reinforce through decisive action that these cowardly acts will not be tolerated. Barella continued, and you know what, by the way, before I keep going on, I do believe that these people, whoever it is that gets caught, needs to be charged with domestic terrorism. That's what they need to do. And they need to be locked up for a very, very long time. But it goes on, it says, we are working now closely with the the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, local law enforcement, and federal investigators. We are committed to providing every piece of evidence necessary to bring those responsible to justice and ensure they are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Daniel Garcia, now this is a Democrat Party person here. A spokesperson for the Democratic Party of New Mexico issued a statement that the party hopes whoever is responsible is found and held accountable, according to the Albuquerque Journal. Quote, "We firmly maintain that this sort of act has absolutely no place in our democracy and that peaceful discourse and organization are the only ways to approach political difference in our country," said Garcia. But the thing is, man, the Democratic Party has let the left be extremely violent and get away with it. How many people were actually held responsible for what actually went on in the Chaz Chop Zone up there in Seattle? What about all the burning and looting during the George Floyd riots? How many of them were actually held accountable? Not many. So they were able to get away with it. Roe versus Wade, same thing. They got away with it. Now it seems like, some people are actually starting to get it punished a little bit here, and it's kind of early right now on what's going on with these people vandalizing Teslas, blowing up charging stations and things like that. These people, when it comes here, they need to be held accountable and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So right over here, man, I saw this clip right here because I was looking for a news clip, but I didn't find it. But this man right here gives some very, very valid points here. So let's go ahead and play it. Here we go.
Somebody just firebombed the Republican headquarters in New Mexico. I think it's probably a safe bet to say which side it came from. How
very safe.
Can you guys say that you are not domestic terrorists when you are firebombing political buildings? This is no longer protesting or whatever the fuck it is you guys are doing. This is terrorism. This is not okay. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? I say it was probably a liberal or a Democrat, or maybe multiple liberals or Democrats, because they also spray painted ICE equals KKK on the side. Either before or after they set the fucking thing on fire. Whoever is engaging in this, you're terrorists. You are a fucking terrorist. And I know people are also going to be like, oh, well, they've done it to Democrat buildings and Democrat headquarters. I understand that, okay? And what you're referring to is people throwing a rock through the window, which I'm not condoning. That's not okay. You should not be fucking throwing rocks through a Democratic headquarter window. That's not okay. But you guys are setting fucking fire to buildings. Do fucking better.
Yeah, and the media is relatively silent on this. Like I said, didn't know about this. This actually happened yesterday, and I'm just not finding out about it. But if this was a Democratic Party headquarters, guys, the media would have jumped all over it. They would have been blaming MAGA. They would have been blaming Republicans, conservatives, or whatever. Yeah. But whoever did this needs to be held accountable. I hope that they get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We need some people to go to jail. We need some real jail time for these leftists, man. The left has been out of control for the better part of a decade now. Completely out of control. We need real accountability, folks. Gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.